Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and click the subscribe button because I'll be honored to have you here. Before we start this video, I just have a quick announcement to make. The PLO course is ready, so check it out if you're interested in starting out trying out PLO. That course is dedicated for complete beginners, so if you've never had anything to do with PLO, or you've just played a few hands and want to kind of transition into playing PLO, or maybe learn some more about PLO, by all means check it out. Yeah, the links are in the description of this video. So for today, we're gonna discuss a hand that happened on 888 Poker. This is a hand from a tournament. It's quite late in the tournament. I think it's for sure already in the money. The blinds are 15k, 30k, and our hero is on the button with pocket tens, and has got a quite nice stack of 53 big blinds, 1.6 million. The rest of the table, we've got a similar stack on the small blind, and one guy's got 1 million, and then the rest are like 300k. There's one is 500 and another one is 700, and one quite short just on 5 big blinds. Yeah, so let's see what happens. The action folds around to this villain on 33 big blinds. He's got a bit more than 33, 1.1 mil, and he opens for 100k. So 3.3 big blind, quite a big opening, I would say, in late phase of the tournament. We also don't know anything about this player. It looks like he and this other villain has been transferred to this table recently. It's probably the moment in the tournament when the tables are closing quickly, and yeah, we can see that we play 8 marks at the moment because there's one seat open. So he opens to 100, and we've got pocket tens on the big blind. I think this is quite a nice spot to 3-bet from time to time. We've got a good hand. The small blind and the big blind are players. Well, we don't really know too much about the big blind, but the small blind is surely a player that can sometimes squeeze if we just call here. The big blind as well can comfortably shovel in if we just call, but given that the villain opens for 3.3 big blind in this point of the tournament, this might indicate that he's got a nice hand, and a hand that he's willing to go all the way in. And we are not so happy with pocket tens to just flip it for 1.1 mil, or actually, you know, we could already be behind if he's got like jacks or queens. Yeah, so let's see what our hero does, but yeah, I would like to just see a call mostly here, but sometimes a 3-bet is for sure a good idea. Yeah, okay, we see a call here. The small blind folds, and the big blind actually calls as well. So the big blind surely has got a nice hand, because yeah, otherwise he wouldn't complete this. He's got a hand like he's happy with, but not any monsters, because then he would just shove. But let's see what the flop brings. The flop brings 3-9 queen with a flush draw. So not a bad flop for our pocket tens. Sure, if he's got ace queen, he just hit a top pair. And the villain actually has got a lot of queens. This on the villain from the small blind has got a lot of queens. Also flush draws here and straight draws, hence like 10 jack and king queen, you know, queen jack, queen 10. It's all types of hands that he would call here with on the pre-flop. But let's see what happens. The big blind checks, and the pre-flop raiser actually checks as well. So that's an interesting thing, because we would assume that he will mostly continue here. So if he hit the queen, I don't think he's often checking here behind. I mean checking here, because that wouldn't make too much sense, especially with a board like this that's got straight and flush draws in it. If he's got pocket jacks, yeah, then the check makes sense. But that's probably the only hand that he could have here that he's checking with, that we're behind to, we're losing to. Maybe if you open a hand like, you know, queen jack or king queen, he might sometimes check these just to see what we do here. But given how the action played out, we have a must bet here, where we have position over both these players, and we want to have some protection, especially from the big blind, because of the straight and flush possibilities on the board. So I would really like to see a bet of like a third of the pot here. There's no reason to bet more, because yeah, the third of the pot or even a quarter of the pot does the job, and we only need to risk that much. We don't need to risk any more. Let's see what the hero does. The hero bets, yeah, a third of the pot. The big blind folds, so we're really happy with the fold from the big blind, because I think the big blind has got actually his range is actually stronger than on this flop than the preflop raisers, and the preflop raiser calls as well. Okay, and the turn is a 7 of clubs. Let's take a moment here to think of what kinds of hands he calls here with on the flop. He check calls here. Well, probably like, you know, ace kings, ace jacks, maybe ace tens, pocket pairs like, yeah, jacks that beat us, tens he probably calls as well. And like queen jack, yeah, queen 10, king queen. But we are not too sure how many of these he has here opening to 3.3 big blind. But let's see what he does here. And the villain checks again here. The pot is 572, so 19 big blinds. And I think this is a good spot to continue betting, because we want him to fold those ace kings, ace jacks, and the flush and straight draws that might beat us on the river, or extract value from them if he wants to draw. But I guess a check is also fine. We don't really want to build a big pot, and he might be trying to set a trap here by checking again with a hand like, yeah, king queen or ace queen, maybe pocket kings. I don't know, pocket kings would be quite weird if he played them this way, but I think I would mostly like to see a bet here. Again, like quarter of the pot is fine, or a third. Yeah, we don't really want to risk too much, because if we bet like half pot here and he shoves, then what do we do here with pocket tens? And if we bet like 180k, then we extract some value, and if he calls, we can narrow down his range quite significantly and have a easier decision on the river. But let's see what the hero does. And the hero actually checks behind. I think that is fine. The hero can check here with quite a wide range of hands, both to protect and not to build a bigger pot. So checking here with tens, I think is fine. But a bet would probably be a better option, because we prevent him from hitting this flush for sure. And if he has a hand like I mentioned, ace king or ace jack, then we prevent him from hitting the jack or the king or the ace on the river. But let's see what the villain does here. And the villain checks as well. Okay, so that is interesting. The villain checks for the third time. And is there a merit to betting here? Would we get him of a queen with a bet here? I don't think so. If we bet on the turn and he called and now we bet again, then maybe we can get him off a queen if we put him all in. But right now, I don't think we can bet him off the queen or pocket jacks. And yeah, these are pretty much the two hands we are afraid of him having. Well, if we overbet the pot, if we put him all in here, maybe he folds. But yeah, I would mostly just check behind here and see a flop and see showdown, because we've got quite a strong hand here. We want to realize our equity, I think. Yeah, I don't think we can get better hands to fold with just one bet here. So let's see what the hero does. And the hero checks behind. Okay, let's see what the villain has. Okay, and the villain actually has jacks. So yeah, I think the hero could have played this hand better for sure. If we bet on the turn, he's probably calling. But if we bet here again on the river, I think he would fold pocket jacks. But yeah, it's tough to say. I think given how the hand played out, we probably lost the minimum with pocket tens here. We only bet a third of the pot on the flop and checked both the turn and river. So we played it very cautiously, I think, and we lost the minimum, but this hand was probably for the taking. But still, we don't know anything about this villain. Maybe he's a calling station and he would have called our bets down regardless. So yeah, that's it for this hand. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Would you have played it the same way, or would you have done something differently? I would love to hear some of your comments on that. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, the PLO course is released, so check it out. The links will be in the description. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to this channel, leave a thumbs up in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.